on the 500 block of West Bristol Street, later passing away in hospital. And a gruesome picture would later circulate on social media, apparently depicting Fetti after he was shot. Reddit threads would pop up, warning YBC members who had been taking heavy losses in the streets, telling the surviving members to take music more seriously, with some people commenting that YBC should now stand for Young Bull Chill. For police, this murder has never been solved, but 2022 would be a tragic year for the YBC members, and people would continue to replicate this sentiment online. After this, pages tracking the gang war in Philly and comparing it to sports, like Philly ESPN posted, saying that
motherfucker said offensive rating 95 overall. What? Y'all give them NBA ratings in the gang war where people really dying. Y'all motherfuckers wildin'. Hell no, I'm talking about he had ESPN 96 overall shooter in the streets. What the hell? What it is, YouTube, man? Back with another little video today. And today we got two crazy murders out of Philly, you feel what I'm saying? Stay tapped in for the whole video because I already know these finna get crazy, you hear me, man? Before we start, though, you already know what the business is, though. Like the video, share, subscribe to the channel, smash that bell. Let's get it, man.
Into 2022, the Philly drill scene was flourishing. In the midst of a wave of violence in 2021 that would ultimately wind up taking some of the most prominent members of YBC out the game for good, the remaining gangsters and rappers on both sides of the war would continue to make music in the midst of the violence. With the year playing out, more and more people would lose their lives to the streets, and more rappers would confidently brag about the crimes and insult the victims in their music. J100 was one of the founders of YBC and one of the earliest rappers from their set, with songs that date all the way back to 2017. J100's music has always been violent, but now it seems to be pointing out specific crimes and shouting out his homies by name. On May the 13th, 2019, J100 dropped Turn Up Part 1, a street song with bars all about shooting their ops and running around Philly with guns. In the song, he would mention a friend of his by the name of Dar Fetti, saying, "Free Fetti, he'd been down for like 2 summers." Dar Fetti is a YBC member who started rapping around 2019 too. Then, fast forward to January the 16th, 2021, that's when Jaquan Williams, aka Q Raw, is shot dead by 2 men at the intersection of 40th and Cambridge Street. Police would circulate surveillance footage of the murder, and here you can see suspects walking together moments before the shooting, as well as Q Raw walking and crossing the street before his untimely demise. Following his death, tributes to Q Raw or Kwani would circulate online, but also after Q Raw's death, members from YBC would mock him relentlessly, calling him the disrespectful nickname Q Rizzy in songs, like in the June 2022 song Gen 5 by Lil Rambo and Dar Fetti, where Fetti raps that he's trying to make a new strain as he's tired of smoking on Rizzy Lack, as well as in the bridge of the song where he raps "Dead people know, roll the buddy and the Rizzy and the fro," an obvious jab at the 3 fallen CCK members. 1 month later, YBC Dull would drop his song So Many Names, where Dull raps Q Rizzy got hit with 2 shots, that pound put him down. YBC members would spend the next couple of years trolling everybody who had been killed in their active gang war, and Q Raw, alongside Fro or Sid, Kanye Pittman, Rodney Hargrove, Lil Snipe, KJ, and others would be mocked relentlessly by YBC members in their lyrics. But the following year, the tables would turn, as members from YBC would get caught slipping and face the same fate as some of their most disrespected ops. On May the 14th, 2022, BK, aka Baby Car from YBC, is killed, and his death hit his friends and his family hard. Here you can see J100 expressing how hurt he was over the death of BK, and here you can see another one of his friends, Big 4 Deuce, mourning the loss of BK. Baby Car had been rapping since at least 2019 too. Him, just like the other YBC members, had been super disrespectful in his songs. In one unreleased track, he can be heard saying that he smokes buddy so much that he became an addict. Unsurprisingly, in the face of all of this one-way disrespect, the ops would relentlessly diss YBC once the news of Baby Car's death broke. In this snippet, One Mir can be heard rapping a double entendre about BK and Burger King, saying, "BK got me high, now I'm hungry, I want some Burger King."
Wow! Now I'm hungry, I want some Burger King.
But what makes it more tragic was the fact that Baby Car was seemingly trying to push peace with his ops before his death, even being seen in one pic with Lil Bucks, a move that Meek Mill would even post on Instagram praising BK, saying, "F beefing, now you gotta have a get rich race now. That's a boss move y'all made." But unfortunately, this wasn't the only loss that YBC would suffer during this time. A while after this, another YBC member named Kerr would also pass away, his death apparently occurring on BK's birthday, with it being said that he was fighting over a gun with one of his folks when he accidentally shot himself. Despite not being killed by the ops, the CCK members...
Hell no, how the hell some shit like that happen? You fight over a pipe with your folks and it went off. Why the fuck is it cocked and loaded? I mean, like, cocked back with the one in the chamber. Y'all tweaking, hell no.
Have a field day with this news, trolling Kerr for dying on BK's birthday. One account named Smoking on YBC would clown Kerr, saying now he's with him. After this, a YBC member, Eam Stacks, would allegedly want revenge for BK. So him and 2 affiliates went to 39th Street looking for ops. 39th Street were actually prepared for them, and members from that block would shoot back, paralyzing Eam Stacks, who was left in the street in a shooting that was captured on video. And in the video, you can see an associate of his check on him before ultimately running and leaving him on the ground. Reddit would report that Eam Stacks was still alive, but in critical condition, and he would get disrespected for allegedly being paralyzed, with one person posting on Instagram that they have $500 if someone could provide a video of him doing jumping jacks. While people even outside of the gang would disrespect Eam and YBC for what happened, some posts would circulate containing the footage commenting on how Eam's friends had left him in the street after getting shot, with commenters on this post saying that this looked like the worst drill ever, and other posts questioning why Eam wasn't being charged since it was actually him that initiated the drill, so he might be criminally liable. But regardless of the losses taken on their side, members of YBC would continue their campaign of disrespect in the music. On June the 13th, 2022, YBC Doll, Hop Out Blick, and Lil Rambo dropped their song Bumblebee Gang, dissing numerous ops. And in it, Lil Rambo raps about not being able to let his ops rest, saying they know I diss the dead, I'm sorry I just can't let them rest. Meanwhile, Doll would start off his verse saying the last time he ran through the 9, his ops ran away. A few lines later, he would diss Lil Snipe, saying that I'm with Snipe smoking Snipe, we're rolling Buddy out the pack, before admitting that he disses the dead so much that he smells Q Rizzy on his breath. Once again, the YBC members were defiant in the face of their ops.
I see why I call bro Mr. Disrespectful. God damn, what the hell?
But tragically, all of this dissing was coming at heavy cost, and within a couple of weeks of this song releasing, another YBC member close to Doll would lose his life too. On June the 25th, 2022, YBC member Darfetti, real name Darmin Grant, who is also YBC Doll's cousin, is shot and killed. According to reports, he was gunned down on the 500 block of West Bristol Street, later passing away in hospital, and a gruesome picture would later circulate on social media, apparently depicting Fetty after he was shot. Reddit threads would pop up, warning YBC members who had been taking heavy losses in the streets, telling the surviving members to take music more seriously, with some people commenting that YBC should now stand for Young Bull Chill. For police, this murder has never been solved, but unsurprisingly, following the murder, the ops were quick to disrespect Darfetti in songs too, like in the track No Limit, where Lil Bucks raps, I still smoke Fetty out the pound, essentially flipping YBC Doll's frequent line that he smokes Buddy or other people out the pound. It truly felt like the tables were now turning, and after a deadly 2021, 2022 would be a tragic year for the YBC members, and people would continue to replicate this sentiment online. After this, pages tracking the gang war in Philly and comparing it to sports, like Philly ESPN posted, saying that
motherfucker said offensive rating 95 overall. What? Y'all give them NBA ratings in the gang war when people really dying. Y'all motherfuckers wildin'. Hell no, I'm talking about he had ESPN 96 overall shooter in the streets. What the hell?
CCK has killed many people this season. This shows you just how crazy and normalized these murders were getting in the community. But for Mr. Disrespectful and the YBC crew, the losses they were taking in the streets simply added fuel to the fire, and they would defiantly continue to disrespect their ops in every song. On July the 18th, 2022, YBC Doll releases the song So Many Names featuring Hop Out Blick, and the song had a bizarre sample, the theme from the Fairly Odd Parent show, and featured extensive dissing of ops and dead rivals. YBC Doll would get extremely disrespectful from the very beginning of his verse, starting off by saying that he's dropped so many shells on the 9 that it's like a gun range, before following it up saying that he can't wait to catch Quasi because he keeps saying his bro's name. He would then say that he's smoking on Fro, who caught a switchy to the brain, and then dissing Snipe, who got killed at a red light, literally dissing a whole block and 2 of its fallen members in the first 4 lines of his verse. The YBC crew didn't seem to have a care in the world when it came to dissing their ops, but perhaps they should have spared a thought to the cops operating in their city, as in the midst of all of this violence, the authorities would soon make a public declaration that they were going to shut down the gang violence gripping the city. In August 2022, Philly DA Larry Krasner says that he's planning more busts and names all of the gangs in his crosshairs, making fun of their names, starting with O to the 4.
O to the 4. Today we want to send a very clear message to the members of O to the 4. You like that name? How about go to the jail? Because that is where you're going to go.
He would then mention YBC, PNB, and more gangs.
Listen, everybody, if you thought that was raw or that sounded cool, that shit sounded lame. I ain't gonna lie. Like the YBC in the last video, you've been charged. Look at ass. Like, what the hell?
The same goes for the people they have been fighting with, the young bag chasers.
You've been charged.
Goes for other people and other groups who just keep committing violence, mostly with guns. So Pit Boys, Southside Stizzy,
PNB on there too.
PNB, Brickyard Mafia, Topsiders, 5th Street, 7th Street, Wilson Park.
Police had their sights on these warring gangs, but once again, completely unbothered by these threats, YBC Doll and his friends would continue brazenly releasing music that pushed the violence. On September the 7th, 2022, YBC Doll releases their song Talk featuring FS the Bender, Mir Pablo, and Hop Out Blick, where they would continue the theme of disrespecting their ops. Mir Pablo raps that he needs another pound because they don't smoke Buddy out the 8th, and YBC would rap that Q Rizzy crossed the street, questioning why he tried to play tough, before telling listeners to go ask Fox 29 because he puts N-words on the news, a reference to the surveillance footage in the Q Raw murder actually being broadcast on Fox 29. He would then end his verse by saying
that was so snitching at its finest. What the hell?
Snipe and K3 died on that same drill, bragging that it's a 2-for-1. But YBC weren't the only ones flipping a middle middle finger to the authorities in their city, as YBC's ops would also be defying the DA who was trying to shut them down with a very targeted trolling campaign. On September the 23rd, 2022, Lil Bucks drops the song Innocent, featuring a sample from a news report on his gang during the intro where he quoted DA Larry Krasner. Lil Bucks would then start his verse defiantly telling Larry Krasner to eat a D, even rapping that his ops just act tough for Reddit. During these months, Lil Bucks was on an incredible run in the rap game, dropping back-to-back songs detailing all the violence playing out in his city. On October the 12th, 2022, Lil Bucks dropped his new song Achievements, which had vague but violent lyrics all about the shootings in their city. The following month, on November the 9th, 2022, Lil Bucks drops Backseat Boys, rapping that his friend has a lot of bodies but he can't say who it is, as well as dissing an op named Blockwork. YBC would then continue dropping music too. On November the 10th, 2022, J100 drops Running Up That Hill, which samples Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush, and on it he raps that nobody has died for Q Raw yet, before claiming that Snipe is in a deep sleep. J100 was one of the longest running rappers in YBC, but unlike YBC Dull, he didn't usually diss the ops so blatantly, and unfortunately for YBC, J100 would wind up being the next high-profile member to lose his life in the war. Apparently, J100 had gone back and forth with his ops in leaked voice notes leading up to the tragic incident.
Slide. Y'all did that little ass though. Y'all don't slide. We never got shot at for by y'all. Definitely you never did nothing.
Y'all motherfuckers
Jay also
crazy.
went live arguing with somebody, and in the comments, somebody asked if he's on 40th and Lancaster.
I'm about to add you to the live, see what you want. See if you ready, see if you really want to get active. Because if you really want to get active, I'm going to end this joint, and I'm really going to call you. Right now, like, never did nothing down here.
J100 would sadly be killed hours after this live, a few streets away from the location mentioned, as on December the 5th, 2022, at 9:20 p.m, Philly police would respond to shots fired on the 4300 block of Parish Street, where J100, real name Tajor Brooks, would be found suffering several gunshot wounds, with him later being pronounced dead in hospital. He was allegedly killed on the same spot on 43rd Street, where he had shot his music video years before, and according to this Reddit post,
but bro, your motherfucking ops, your ops was in your IG live, bro. And they knew where you was at, and you told they ass to pull up, basically, if they want smoke. You end the live, bro. Hell no, bro. You're wildin', bro.
Out this location where he was shooting another video that his rivals had gotten hold of, working out where he was and coming to take his life. Ops would react dissing him, and a compilation of these disrespectful posts would circulate online, with Lil Bucks being seen smoking on Jay.
Yo, listen, if y'all don't get high today. Cause we smoking on a pound of that BK and that little J, no cat.
After this death, fans on Reddit would say YBC's Doll's music is getting all his homies killed by bringing all of this disrespectful energy to the crew and making them targets. And others said that YBC had now lost their best rapper. With such a prominent member of YBC, Philly's most disrespectful gang, losing their life, it was no surprise that the ops were dissing relentlessly. But what did surprise some people was that soon deceased members' mothers would be chiming in too. As on December 7th, 2022, KJ's mother would diss YBC and mock the death of J100 by posting up some Jordan sneakers or J's with the caption, "We're going to the playoffs." Once again, comparing the gang war to basketball, which while being a common thing amongst drill Reddit or Instagram pages, is incredibly chilling coming from the mother of somebody involved. Fans would even compare her to the mother of murdered Chicago rapper FBG Duck, calling her the Mama Duck of Philly. She would even go back and forth with a Philly drill news page called Philly Death Row, who posted telling fans to stop trolling her. She would apparently even go live mocking the death of J100 more, whilst trolling other members of YBC. You can even hear KJ's mother making fun of YBC Doll's skinny jeans.
I just want to know if Dude was out there with them tight ass pants on and those big
Dude probably was, he ran.
Miss ma'am, you too goddamn. I know they took your son and you hate them, bro. I understand, but you was too goddamn. You a grown ass woman, bro, on IG Live dissing them, bro. And if they took your son, bro, they gonna try to come for you next. You over here talking this and that, bro. Your ass better stay in the house. You tweaking, shawty. I ain't even gonna lie. Hell no. I get it though. I 100% understand, bro. But stay off the net, bro. You see all these people that got murdered. Your son was one of them. You want to be another one added to the list? Like, what the fuck? Y'all be wildin'. I ain't gonna lie.
You out of pocket.
He probably hid in his boots, y'all. He probably hid in his boots. Like,
she on IG Live. She don't give a damn.
She would later claim that she's going to wear a different pair of J's every day for 30 days before changing her mind and settling on 100 days.
We about to wear J's for 30 days straight, y'all. I promise you. We wearing a different pair of J's for 30 days straight. We gonna do 100 days.
She would act like she was getting off live before changing her mind and explaining why she has no remorse for J100.
Alright, I'm gonna be good, y'all. I'm gonna be good. I'm lying. That round of applause, clap it up. Clap it up. I'm sorry whoever don't like it. I don't know him, but you know, they tend to keep a lot of people's names in there.
Threads would circulate on Reddit saying that YBC didn't slide for Jay, and pointing out that another shooting happened just 5 minutes before Jay's death. Apparently somebody named Teddy was killed right before J100. Apparently some of Jay's associates were falsely claiming that this shooting was get back for his death, with this post clarifying that Teddy's death was not get back for Jay, and that Teddy had actually been shot before Jay was hurt, with it likely that these incidents were unrelated. But regardless, this would be yet another devastating loss for YBC. But once again, the likes of YBC Duel didn't let it stop their trolling, and as the months went on, as we get into 2023, the disrespect would continue and raise to whole new levels. On February the 24th, 2023, YBC Duel does a live performance of his song Killers Love Me, where he disses his ops, once again referencing the 2-for-1 murders of Snipe and K3, as well as claiming that the ops never slid for Buddy and Fro, and he would also claim that Lil Mir was screaming loud. But the most disrespectful bar, by far, was when he said that he would slap KJ's mother. Anyway, despite the devastating losses in the streets, YBC Duel was on the rise off the back of his music. A February 27th, 2023 post about him on Philly Wiki solicited unpopular opinions on the artist, with the most popular comment praising his beat selection, while others admonished him for being 23 years old, surrounded by teen gang members that he was influencing to commit violence. Others would comment on the fact that while his music wasn't that good, he had a huge amount of influence on the youth of Philly who would be committing the violence for him. This was actually a big topic of discussion on this thread, with many admonishing Duel for seemingly hanging around with a bunch of people way younger than him and leading them astray, while others defended Duel, saying that this is how it goes in the hood and that it's normal for a younger person to hang around with their older brothers and their friends from a different generation. Some identified him as the leader of YBC and the remaining good rapper, but also predicting his downfall like other members of YBC, while others would tragically predict that Duel might be the only person from his circle to survive. On May the 19th, 2023, YBC Duel drops another song titled Slide or Provide, where in the intro of the song, he name drops 4 fallen ops, Buddy, Fro, Rizzy, and Snipe again, also claiming that he's tired of smoking Buddy out the pound since he does it in every song. He would then say that he can't smoke Q Rizzy because he's dirty and bad for your health, finishing off his verse saying that he'd be angry if somebody kills Lil Bucks before he does. YBC Duel was providing on the music side, while his demons in the streets was sliding for YBC, and he would continue to drop big songs with major artists, continuing YBC's monumental rise in music. On April the 10th, 2023, Duel and Skrilla would drop their collab with O-Block's Prince Dre, a state-to-state link-up that had Duel getting respect from legendary Chicago gangster rappers. But while Duel was rising, so too were his rivals. On April the 17th, Lil Bucks drops Perk 10, and on the track he once again dissed Philly DA Larry Krasner. In a different lyric, he bragged about how one of his friends has caught 6 bodies. The street back and forth was becoming a musical back and forth, with fans following along and praising their favorite rapping gangsters from each side of the war, and fans would continue their twisted punditry, assessing the state of the gang war from their phones. In May 2023, people posted on Reddit saying YBC are getting pressured by their ops, and people were commenting that this
said, hold on. It said, just realized the whole YBC and PNB getting torched. Damn.
2023.
Blake got hit, Duel got hit. For sure got a couple hit. God damn,
people posted on Reddit saying YBC are getting pressured by their ops, and people were commenting that this is what happens when your top shooters get killed or locked up. Indeed, 2022 and 2023 saw a change in fortunes for YBC in the streets, and with some of their most feared enforcers like Curry off the streets defending their block was getting harder and harder, and with the music getting more and more disrespectful, their ops would be furious, constantly looking to get back. On July the 4th, YBC Duel, Pop Out Blick, Nine Side Re, and Mir Pablo dropped the song I Miss Zom, a tribute to their incarcerated friend Zombie, which included more disses towards dead ops that hadn't been mentioned so far. Nine Side Re dissed Buddy and other dead ops like Lil Snipe, Q5, and Booker. Booker was another O to the 4 member killed by a different gang. Apparently he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and after robbing people, they would get back and kill him days later with his friend Tooley, with his killer apparently being from a crew called 524. But he was close to Lil Bucks, who was seen posting a tribute to him. Q5 is another dead op from another set, which I couldn't find much info on, but in Mir Pablo's verse, he dissed Q-Raw's friends, saying that no one from their block has killed anyone, and then in Duel's verse, he admitted to funding the gang war on his block, and dissing ops from the Dub, or 20th and Montgomery, and insulting an op called Money for getting a bladder injury, and mocking somebody called Quasi for losing their best friend. The musical back and forth between YBC and O to the 4 would continue. On July the 13th, 2023, Lil Bucks releases the song Loyalty. It again featured an intro sampling Billy DA Larry Krasner talking about them locking up members from O to the 4. In the song, he raps how he has bodies and how his gang is #1 in Philly. But taunting the DA when involved in such a serious gang war is a pretty risky move. But the reality is that in the streets, the danger coming from rivals was likely much greater than the possibility of arrest. And soon after this song was released, another young man who was disliked by YBC would end up losing his life. On July the 26th, 2023, an 18-year-old is killed in a shooting near the YMCA in South Philly. This was allegedly Deke Loco, with affiliations to the CCK group, the Clappers with a K, and he was another Philly drill rapper with a history of making violent music, with numerous songs of his going at his ops apparently being taken down by the authorities. But aside from the violent music, he was apparently expecting a child and was killed just before he would become a father, and members of YBC and YFA would diss him after the news of his demise came out, with YBC posting his picture after the murder. He would be mocked mocked relentlessly by Dull in later lyrics where he would rap that he got killed at the YMCA. And it's likely that all of this brazen bragging about the murders would put YBC in the crosshairs of law enforcement, as on October the 10th, 2023, the Philadelphia police would break up a YBC video shoot seizing several guns. But this was just a momentary setback, and for a minute it seemed like the tables were turning in the streets as more people associated with the CCK alliance would be losing their lives. Next, HL Osama, a prominent rapper from O to the 4 and friend of Lil Bucks, is killed, the shooting allegedly happening on the 1500 block of North 61st Street, when police would say that they found a 19-year-old woman and a man shot who were both in critical condition.
Breaking overnight, a shooting in the city's Overbrook section left 2 people in critical condition. It happened on the 1500 block of North 61st Street at 10:30 p.m. Police say they found a 19-year-old woman and a man possibly in his 20s, both shot in the abdomen and torso. The 2 were taken to Lankenau Hospital. Witnesses saw the suspected gunman fleeing south on 61st Street.
With apparent surveillance footage of the murder later leaking on Reddit. Soon after the shooting, YBC Dull goes live rapping along to disrespectful lyrics and saying that he's smoking Osama.
You play with fire, then best believe you getting burnt. I'm smoking Osama right now.
And Dull would even later post how he's still hanging out with HL's killer. However, soon the authorities would take action and arrest several people involved in the gang war on both sides. On August the 19th, 2023, YouTuber American Confidential, covering the Philly drill scene extensively, would make a video about Leaf Ward and Lil Bucks getting arrested, along with other YBC affiliates.
In the last 2 weeks, Lil Bucks, Leaf Ward, FS the Bender, and a couple other people got booked. Leaf Ward was over in King of Prussia and was caught with a stolen car, a gun, and pills on him, according to this. Now, Buck's situation is unknown to me at this time. I don't know what he's booked for, and I haven't really looked into it.
And in the video, he would play a video apparently depicting somebody telling YBC Dull about Lil Bucks getting attacked in jail and saying that he thinks they'll be on protective custody.
We can't PC is crazy, though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like, as soon as I go up first, I'm going to the hood. I'm like, man, you don't get your little dirty ass in the shower. They bumped traffic off of G2, but right on F2, he had the water fountain. He tried to run from Yaz. Chubb's Philly. Yaz sticky. He take off the other way. Chubb's cracking with a 2-piece. He go down by the phones. Yaz starts stumping him. He stab him again. Chubb's starts sticking him in his head.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. He just typed PC books, bro. Young boy getting tortured, bro. This is 3rd day in here, bro. This is the 2nd time he got tortured already.
Damn, man, he got stabbed up twice in 3 days of being in jail. Hell no. God
Yo,
damn.
we about to be on them pages, bro. This crazy. He said that sat on top, Bucks start dicking him all in his head.
Damn, start. Holy shit.
Like, smash on him like that.
Y'all wild.
They sat on him and started snapping him in the head.
I ain't gonna lie. It's about to be a video. Like, y'all remember how King Von videos was coming out?
Oh, Rack Rarest. Bruh.
They would then go on to say that if Lil Bucks runs into Curry in jail, Curry has been waiting to catch another body in prison and he just got out of solitary confinement.
Lil Buck started taking off, bro. He started running like he was running for running like nigga on that switchy area.
They said, my man, y'all talking still. Come here. Yo, well,
he said, y'all said, like, yo, I'm about to go to the hole. Like,
yo, they
said he bumped
bro,
traffic.
Like,
they said he bumped traffic.
He
though.
bumped traffic. He
like on some wanted that wreck right
he
there.
He wanted that. He said, like, no, you know what he really wanted to do? I ain't gonna lie, you know. He wanted that cheese. He heard
Bro.
Oh no, I ain't do nothing.
Philly gang disputes unfold on Instagram. Mr. Disrespectful of Young Bag Chasers posted Instagram of $360. $360? Whoever smashed Philly rapper $360. Ain't nobody doing that for that, bro. Hell no, bro. Y'all crazy. Y'all trying to get him $300 in jail though. You're tweaking, buddy. You tweaking. I ain't even gonna lie. Hell no. Now if you would have said Iraq maybe in jail, maybe 2 to 3. Oh, it would have been a little bit different. You feel me? But you wildin', bro. $300. Hell no.
I was trolling, bro. I ain't giving nobody no cheese. The jail, YBC y'all trying to get back behind the jail.
If I catch
deep in the jail.
If I catch buckets, I'm not coming home.
It is like everybody against us, like
tweaking, bro.
It's like everybody against us.
It's like everybody. He can't go nowhere in the jail. He can't go nowhere else. He can't even go to the youth right now, bro.
Damn.
Law here. If he go to the youth, I put everything I love. My little brother gonna smash him.
Oh my God.
Listen,
on his ass.
Listen.
You know who he don't want to run to over here, bro? Y'all know who he don't want to run into over here?
Y'all know? Oh my God, and he just got out the hole.
Run into 30, bro. 30 said he trying to catch the bro. 30 said he catching it. Yo, 30 said he catch any op, he catching the jailhouse body. He's not
my
playing,
God, bro. These motherfuckers wildin'. And y'all saying all this on IG Live, bro. Yo ass tweaking. What the hell, bro? Oh my God.
I ain't gonna lie though. If he running to him, is over.
Bro, I'm a kid of beans. I don't want to run into Curry, bro. I'm a kid of beans.
Oh, Curry.
That bull dangerous, bro. He taking niggas back. He's taking niggas back.
They said 30 fresh. They said 30 fresh out the hole.
He fresh out the hole, waiting to catch some.
My man fresh out the hole, wanting some wreck.
He trying to wait.
He slapped the tablet.
With a tablet?
Slapped with a tablet?
30 slapped the tablet.
Bro,
like,
what?
Like 2 days ago.
American Confidential would then break down the situation and explain how, as a Philly native, he cannot believe what's happening in his city's underworld.
Imagine sitting in a gymnasium with 1,200 random people in the stands. Now imagine you and 3 of your homies just sitting there and talking about stabbing people in jail.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Your homies' names. If these are what your friends are like, what do we need enemies for? I cannot believe what's going on in my city right now.
He would also break down the details about Leaf Ward's arrest, explaining how cops had chased him through a restaurant where he tried to discard a gun in a trash can.
Upper Marion Township police arrested the 26-year-old rapper at a restaurant next to the King of Prussia Mall on Wednesday evening, the latest in a series of jailings of drill stars that have shaken the scene's fan base, said the article. Ward was charged with 3 felonies, court records show, including possessing a firearm that he was barred from owning because of a prior felony conviction. He was also charged with evading and resisting arrest, recklessly endangering another person, and providing false identification to law enforcement, and several drug-related misdemeanors. He's being held in a Montgomery County Correctional Facility on a $150,000 bail. Upper Marion police said they'd been tipped off by surveillance cameras that a black Dodge Challenger, reported stolen in Philadelphia in July, was traveling towards the restaurant, driven by Leaf Ward. According to the report, Ward was drinking at the bar with a woman when police called a tow truck to remove the vehicle. Noticing the commotion, Leaf went outside, saw the officers, and ran back inside the restaurant. After dashing through the kitchen and ditching a black Glock 40 caliber handgun with an extended magazine, Ward was ordered to the ground at taser point, police said. Leaf Ward allegedly told police that his name was Omar Washington. Officers say they recovered a plastic pill bottle labeled Bum Feet from the Challenger, as well as a white plastic bag that police say resembled MDMA and ecstasy. Leaf Ward had numerous
what the fuck is Bumble? What the hell was that? Let me know, y'all, down below. What the hell was that?
Sworn out against them, according to police, including one from the State Attorney General's office for felony weapons offenses. Now, this is all according to police, so take that for what it's worth.
Going forward, American Confidential will become one of the leading journalists in deconstructing what was going on in the Philly streets. 10 days later, on August the 29th, 2023, American Confidential drops another video, this time about Philly drill pages being used by the police. What was interesting is American Confidential had a very sensitive and level-headed approach to reporting on the Philly drill scene, with people commenting how his sensitive approach and how he presents information comes across like he has a master's in social work, while others praised him for making content with good intentions and maturity. In the video, he would break down a report about how the cops are getting on top of gang members' social media activity, making it much easier to catch this generation of gang members.
Oh God, they literally be snitching on themselves on social media. I don't know how the hell they not caught, but then they don't get caught. Then Trap Lord Ross would drop a video with all the details, and next thing you know, they got a case. Like that's just what will be going down. That shit be crazy, bro.
On August 23rd, NBC 10 released a 3-part series called The Trigger Goes Click: How Social Media is Fueling Philly Area Gun Violence. It talks about how authorities are keeping track on a rise in social media self-snitching and are using evidence they have found to convict people more and more over the last 3 years. They talked about how people somehow haven't caught on yet that you're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs when you talk about or even record crimes you were involved in and know about. This was impossible with the technology 20 years ago, but this generation has grown up alongside social media and society has seen devastating effects.
During the video, American Confidential will refer to Philadelphia social media pages keeping score in the gang wars, and even react to the article that mentioned him by name.
I'm sure they're going to talk about those pages that keep score and encourage the groups to get back. Tracking feuds between rival gangs, pointing fingers at potential shooters after a homicide, and sharing details of the harsh realities of those who live their lives with a finger perpetually on the trigger. It has all become something of a cottage industry online. Breaking down the beefs involved in drill music has become popular subject matter on the internet. On YouTube, you can find channels like Say Cheese TV that shares interviews with drill rappers, or the Philadelphia-focused American Confidential, which attempts to provide context to violence in the city streets. It's also something of an open secret that depictions and discussions of gang violence often appear on online communities, such as Reddit's.
Bro, I got a question. Who the hell even be on Reddit, bro? I've never even really been on there, bro. What the hell is that, bro? Like, what do y'all do on there? Y'all just be on there? Is it like Twitter? Like, y'all just be talking crazy on there? Like, what the hell do y'all really be on Reddit doing? The hell, man? This shit be wild, bro.
What the fuck?
What the? I feel the same way.
Reddit section, known in the site's parlance as a subreddit, has nearly 70,000 members, and hundreds are active on the forum at any given time.
Shit, crazy.
According to Philly 88 Palmer, users there generally know about activity of different gangs throughout the city. Quote, they seem to have good knowledge generally of the feuds and who's involved and what groups are and who's fighting who, he said. I just don't understand why they're going after our city subreddit when I can think of 10 things that they didn't mention that are more harmful about drill rap and the culture surrounding it. Every major city has a subreddit that talks about its hoods and the unique situations we find ourselves living in every day.
Yeah, I picture
There are also other subreddits dedicated to violence, including gore and uncensored videos of all kinds of things. Saying this one is unique is a stretch by the news. Plus, if you want to talk about what social media is doing to our kids' brains and not mention what's going over on Instagram, seems like an incomplete story at best and intentionally going out of their way to not single out a single account.
American Confidential would defend the subreddits, saying that a lot of the info there is just speculation and that it's no different to Reddit communities all over America following the different drill music scenes in different cities. But what he does single out is the scoreboard pages on Instagram, suggesting that they're the ones that are glorifying and promoting the violence.
Well, over on Instagram, there's something brand new that has somehow crept into the culture of drill rap. Those pages that keep score. Now, I've been watching this develop over the last year or two. And to be clear, there are at least 20 or 30 pages of different sizes and themes. But there is one that sticks out. One that gives me this feeling that they don't want the violence to end. Let's look at an example.
Hell no. Hell no, they don't.
This Instagram page has 21,000 followers.
Bro. We already know a lot of people that watch this shit. They don't want the violence to end. They fucking, this is their lives are, I say it all the time, their lives are entertainment. They love to see shit like this. And a lot of people in the world, I'm gonna say 90% of the people in the world, this ain't a real statistic or nothing, but this is just from my general thinking. They love negativity. They thrive off of negativity. It's weird as hell, bro. Motherfuckers is weird, bro. That's why I say stay out the way, get your bag. There ain't even no point in entertaining none of that on the net or doing that. Just handle your business, go on about it, bro. Don't worry about what nobody say, this and that. Because a lot of people are depressed, they negative, they attitudes are crazy, bro. And they be tweaking, they're miserable. And so they'll sit there and try to find something to cope with that. And what they do is they fight more negativity. And I don't know what it does for them. I don't know. Motherfuckers is weird, though, bro. Oh, God, bro.
And before I start this rant, I want people to understand, I don't want this page taken down. Whoever runs this page should have the freedom of speech to post whatever he or she wants to. But, I mean, if we're talking about the problem with drill rap culture, why would you leave out all of the bull on Instagram? I don't mind trolling and bidding, but when you start to incite, that's
the overall
this
bullshit.
page isn't unique.
I can't make it. This nigga's on 84 overall. Like, what the fuck? What the hell, bro?
Clear enough.
Y'all crazy.
This page started out pretty much as a troll page, and you could tell by the theme of the page that this person is not
drive-bys, driving layup, driving
They are fans of this music and
shooting
drill culture.
Close.
They think this is entertainment. That says a lot more about desensitization than any subreddit. I would have no problem if this page posted this with no caption or even a caption condemning it. I'm not trying to hide the reality of what's happening in our city. What I don't like is encouraging these groups to retaliate against each other.
and he would point out how disturbing it is that these pages discuss real gang-related murders like their sports teams and openly encouraging this behavior to continue.
The Tortures have yet to get back for Chucky after he was demolished by WSM at the end of last season and forced to retire. Where the Tortures win a game against WSM this playoff, Cinders Project gave up 30 points in the first quarter of their game against the 7th Street Clappers CCK. They just came back and dropped multiple threes, leaving Clappers with 3 injuries in less than an hour. If that post made no sense, it's because it's gibberish. It's intended to be a part of this lore or world they made up in their head. It's the theme of the page. These are the quote pages you hear rapper mentions from time to time in lives. It has to be a teenager running this account with not much time on their hands. Drill rap has become entertainment to them. And these people who are not directly involved in the violence themselves are feeding this endless cycle of retaliation like it's a soap opera on TV.
However, despite this thoughtful analysis, there was little to be done to stop the actual back and forth between these sets in the streets. And even with the cops doing their best to keep him in jail, Lil Bucks would keep a constant stream of music coming to his fans, extensively dissing his ops too. On August the 31st, Lil Bucks drops No Limit, where he disses Darfetti and J100. And it seemed like really, these gangs didn't have a care in the world at this point and were actively looking to expand their beef no matter who was looking. On October the 31st, 2023, YBC members on the street diss other gangs, dropping shade on OT7 Kwani's Zoo Gang and the No Chills. And there would be no disruption to the disrespect in the music either. On November the 13th, 2023, YBC Doll drops Ocean Eyes, much more of a laid-back drill song that sampled Ocean Eyes by Billie Eilish. In this song, Doll raps that the pounds of Q Rizzy he has at his crib smells musty before saying that he took some L's, but the ops are grieving about Buddy, Fro, Rizzy, and Snipe. That would be followed on November the 17th, 2023, when YBC Doll and Skrilla dropped their new song Bowls in the Underworld. And in the song, Doll dissed numerous dead rivals like Fro and Q Rizzy, but this song was a massive hit for Doll. Ultimately, YBC Doll was becoming infamous for being the most disrespectful rapper in Philly, all off the back of these offensive disses in songs insulting real-life dead gang members in his city. But soon, he would take the disrespect to whole new levels. But before he could do that, another famous name in the Philly drill scene that was friends with Doll, but from a completely different hood, would wind up catching multiple murder cases in a gun exchange gone wrong, and once again, rapping about it with his friends for the whole world, including the Philly police, to hear about in detail.
This shit is motherfucking crazy. Y'all Philly is wildin'. Y'all tweaking, bro. Y'all some demons, bro. I don't know what the fuck. Y'all look, y'all out there in Philly, stay safe, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay safe, bro, because like I said, y'all lives is our entertainment, and a lot of people would like to see y'all crash out and do a lot of dumb shit. Hey, I'm just gonna say, get to the money, bro. Get up out of there. Get to the money, get your peoples up out of there, bro. On God, live life. That's just how I see it. Self-improve, you feel me? But y'all, let me know what y'all feel about this. This shit is crazy. I ain't never going to Philly. I ain't never going there, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That shit dead, bro. You feel me? That shit crazy, bro. But let me know what y'all feel about this, bro. How y'all feel about the crime in Philly? How y'all feel about the Instagram pages talk about 95 overall shooter and shit? Like, what the hell, bro? Motherfucker's crazy, bro. But like I said, let me know what y'all feel about this video. Like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. It's on with y'all, man.